An earlier draft of Calypso's birthday has been leaked. Why is the fandom all a titter about these pages? The new Uni-Con in-person OFMD convention has wrapped. We hear everything that happened from our correspondents, and Rhys Darby took his shirt off at one of his shows. Were there survivors? We're going to find out. These headlines and more on today's Gay Pirate News Hour from the Our Flag Means Fanfiction podcast.
Woo!
Woohoo!
You've done it.
Today is July 5th, and on the episode this week, we have Charlie, our Flag Means Fanfiction's own British correspondent. She's currently dying in the English heat wave, but she remains on a high from her trip to the new Uni-Con, and we're going to hear all about it. Say hi, Charlie.
Hello.
Ringa from Pittsburgh is here, just trying to stay alive, and based on appearances, not totally successful, but doing their best.
Wow.
Coming in with a burn.
I'll give you that, though. I'll give you that.
Belle is back. No, Belle is not here. Oh, wait, no, I see a bee.
Yes.
Belle's
here. Belle made it just in time.
Belle is back from running around the world, collecting cast tips and being unhinged wherever they roam. Say hi, Belle.
Hello.
Oh, wow, and the audio works too.
Yeah, amazing.
And I am Carly Heath, much to the disappointment of horse Karens everywhere. And this is fandom news from the Our Flag Means Fanfiction podcast. Yay. So let's get into the reason you all are here, which is fandom news.
So, news just in.
The big story today is script pages. The fandom has been in a flurry. Was it since yesterday? Since yesterday, right?
Yeah, it just dropped yesterday. Yep. Like last night. I feel like it's been less than 24 hours. So
yeah,
it happened just in perfect timing for our fandom news corner, or
so
fandom, whatever this is called, Gay Pirate News Hour.
And I know that that everyone has questions and comments about this. So if you have questions, comments about these leaked script pages, definitely post them in the chat. We're going to read them. So this takes place during the Calypso's birthday episode. Mm-hmm. And it's a scene that has been talked about, I believe, by Samba previously. And it's a scene where Steed and Ed dance romantically. And how this came out is someone on Blue Sky said, I got these leaked script pages, and the fandom instantly divided into two camps, which were the camp that believed indeed that these are real and took it as face value. And then there was the other camp that was like, this is fake. This isn't real.
Which I think was most of us thought it was fake in our little Discord server.
Yes, the Our Flag Means Fanfiction Discord was definitely... At first I read it and I was like, I'm 50-50. And then I dropped my score down to, I'm like 80% sure this is a fraud. And I think a lot of us were citing how fanfiction-like it was sounding. And the way it was written didn't seem similar in style to the season 1 scripts that we have read.
Right. So it was basically like, this doesn't sound like a David Jenkins script, and it's not.
Yeah.
So
and the reason why is it's not. Who is it actually written by?
Their name is Zaire. Hold on, I put it in this thing.
And eventually this morning it has
Ferrer.
Zaire Ferrer.
Yeah, tagged them on Blue Sky. They're one of the writers.
Got it. And Yeah, so we were like, yeah, we're not gonna believe this is real until we get confirmation from cast or crew. And then this morning, David Jenkins confirmed that this is actually real, an actual earlier draft. And let's see what commentary in the comments is saying. Because Chloe says, love the shirt. This is important to show on the screen. Yes.
Yes.
And,
I've had this shirt for like 15 years.
yeah, and we love the hair and we love the flag. I have to make up for saying that you look dead. You look so tired, and I was like,
no, you're not wrong.
You just weren't your usual like bubbly self, and I just wanted to like.
I am exhausted. The world is just running me over. I'm like Steed in the fuckery in episode 10 when he's getting like hit by the carriage and then a piano dropped on him. That's what I feel like. So yeah,
that's what America feels like.
That is very American.
Let's get on to reading this script.
Okay.
Okay. So it starts off with Steed saying, well, we're here now. He looks at Blackbeard for a second, then extends his hand. We never finished our dance. Blackbeard looks at Steed's hand, a little unsure as to whether or not he should take it. There's no music, he said. I want to read it like a fanfic narration. Steed says, there isn't? I always hear music when I'm around you. Gosh, he's charming. Blackbeard blushes and takes Steed's hand. As they sway to the imaginary music, Steed holds Blackbeard a little closer and gives him a kiss on the forehead. Blackbeard's eyes brighten. We hear the first instrumental bars of Bruce Springsteen's I'm on Fire. The slow, rolling percussion pounding like Blackbeard's heart. He looks up at Steed and gives him a gentle kiss on the lips. As Blackbeard draws back to continue dancing, Steed pulls him in for a longer, more passionate kiss. Who wants to sing the lyrics?
Oh, God. No, we don't need to do that. Everyone knows this song.
Belle.
Belle's like, no, I only sing in caves.
Okay.
That's correct.
Okay, so it's playing Bruce Springsteen's I'm on Fire, and that's all you need to know. Go on, continue.
Blackbeard's head is spinning. He has to sit on the corner of the bed to catch his breath. Steed, was that too much? Before he can finish asking, Blackbeard grabs him by the shirt. He pulls Steed down onto him until they're both lying on the bed. He looks up at Steed. Blackbeard, again. More Bruce Springsteen lyrics. Steed smiles. He takes Blackbeard's face in his hand, taking in the beauty of his features. He gently draws the lines of Blackbeard's lips with his fingertips. Then he kisses him deeply, pressing his body down into Blackbeard's as the sound of the party echoes into the room. More Bruce Springsteen lyrics. Exterior, the Revenge deck night. Fireworks explode in the sky as the crew of the Revenge continue their celebration into the night.
Woohoo. So that happened.
That happens. Tears were shed. Mm-hmm. Some people were sent to the hospital. There were earthquakes around the globe.
Yes, there was quite a hubbub.
I've listened to that song now about 150 times. I've been listening to it on loop since.
Have you?
Yeah.
Which brings us to the funniest commentary from the fandom, which my favorite. Oh, shoot, I turned off the Discord and I forgot to screenshot it. But my favorite was the comment about Bruce Steen being added to the secret group chat by Kevin Bacon now.
Oh my god. Yeah, I saw one that was like Bruce Springsteen's wondering why all of a sudden his numbers on this one song are skyrocketing. And there's one that someone posted where they changed out the lyrics from the Bruce Springsteen song to Dragula by Rob Zombie. And
Okay, that's the first thing I saw.
oh, you didn't see the Bruce Springsteen one?
So I thought that's why I made that comment, because I legit thought it was Rob Zombie, and I was like,
"Oh my god, that's hilarious!"
I've pretty much been offline, so I was like,
"Oh my god,
what's going on?" I thought it was real. I had to scroll up.
That is so freaking funny. Oh my god.
Little says it's cool to get extra snippets of script, but I think the sequence in the show is beautiful. The kiss, then Steed pulling the curtain closed round the bed. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
No, I mean, I agree that it's beautiful. I've always wanted more because it's me. So obviously, I wanted to see, and I think my heart would have exploded had I seen Rhys like tracing his fingers over Taka's lips. Like that would have been it. I would have been like, Belle was nice, and then they watched Surf Like Me's Dead and they died. Like
I actually really like the new script thing a lot better than what happened in the show. However, someone pointed out in a different Discord that this version of it doesn't really mesh as well with what has previously happened in the episode, because we're coming from Steed just killing Ned Lowe, which is his first kill on well, his first purposeful kill, and and he's upset and he's like, there's emotions and stuff, and so for it to go right into this like, let's have a little dance and like, ooh, romantic and stuff, like it doesn't make as much sense.
So emotionally and tonally it doesn't work.
The dance, which we didn't get to see, unfortunately. They cut it right before they actually started dancing up on the deck.
They had it to I think where they cut that was like fine, because you could tell that's what they were about to do. But yeah, I know everybody wanted the dance. Everybody wanted that. So
let's take things back though. I want to know where each of you were when you first read this and what your reaction was.
Well, Charlie was laying in bed thinking Rob Zombie was going to be in season 3.
I know. So Charlie Charlie, you don't get to play this game. So Belle.
So I was very proud of myself because I had let my phone down for some time, and I did actually actual face-to-face socializing with people. I was very proud of me. I was like, look at me, I'm like a person going out into the world. So we bid goodbye to the people that we're hanging out with, and I am coming down. I'm trying to catch up with everything, and I'm walking down the street, and all of a sudden my partner looks over and realizes that I'm no longer there. Like I haven't followed him, and so I'm just sat next to, like, leaning on a wall, going just losing my shit, just standing in the middle of the street. So then I was like, what? And he's thinking, because he doesn't, I guess, I don't know why he doesn't know this already, that everything and anything makes me freak out. Just like, is your family okay? Like, what's happening? And I'm just like,
oh my god,
like, it's our flag. He's like, oh, okay. But yeah, so then I had to get myself together enough to finish walking home.
And Ringo, where were you?
So I was like, this happened just as I was closing my shop for the day. We closed early because it was the holiday, and I was like closing up when this happened. So I remember being like, it wasn't like as effective to me as it was to you guys. I get, well, also because it's a whole genital beard thing, but I read it and immediately like went to a different Discord and was like, did y'all see this? Like
yeah, and I read it from your Discord post.
Yeah, basically. I think Chloe posted it first in our Discord. Yeah.
Okay,
and then all the different, I opened Blue Sky, and also Con had just posted pictures of himself with a puppy yesterday. So my Blue Sky was like just pictures of Con and this puppy, and then people freaking out about the script, and it was just like nonsense. The
Yeah, it
whole
was
like
too much. It was two things at the same time, and I was just like,
yeah.
"Come on, script, come on, the script."
It would be posts like from people I didn't know, but they would be like, I don't know, is it real? Is it real? Like with no context. And then there'd be one like, oh my God, what happened to his hair? And like, so it was just the whole fandom losing their minds.
Yeah. I had been off Blue Sky for at least a week because I'm trying to detox from it. And so I had been outside riding my horse. And I came back and I checked the
Aw,
Discord and wow.
that's so
And my
seed coded. You were riding your horse.
I know. And there is a horse at the barn nearby named Arthur. So
Does
totally
he
on
have
brand.
kind eyes?
He does have kind eyes.
Oh.
And I was 50-50. I was like, this sounds so much like fan fiction.
It really does.
Yeah. And so one thing that David said that he made a comment about the bulging parenthetical, which starts off the thing. And someone said, can bulging parenthetical be my drag name? And that was a very nice commentary. Hey, those of you who are watching, if you have a favorite memory, or if you want to tell us, where were you when this leaked page got dropped, and what were your feelings about it? We would love to hear everything, your experience. Shall we move on to the new Uni-Con happened, and the guests were, this was in the UK, the guests were Con, Nathan, David, Fane, Rubo, and David Jenkins. And Belle and Charlie were our live correspondents on the scene. So we'll start off with Charlie. What was your favorite moment from the new Uni-Con?
I think it's got to be Con on my lap.
Oh,
Concert on my lap. It was they were doing this like Victorian photo booth pop-up with these two guys, and yeah, they sort of were like posing everybody, and there were some really good ones where like Con was in this director's chair and they had props and stuff, and they got to my turn and they wanted me in the director's chair, and I had all weekend long I had these like 4-inch like mega goth platforms on. I could hardly get myself in the chair. And then they sort of wanted Con to put his hand on my shoulder. He didn't want to do that. He just came in front, sat himself on my lap, and then was sort of slipping off. So I held him by his boobs, and I didn't realize, and I put my hands back down, and he was like, "No, back up here, please," because I was probably supporting him better. And then his head was like here on mine, and it took 3 minutes to take the picture.
Oh my God.
So I was just holding him. I was struggling. I was like, nobody was different, but I was like, we were just whispering to each other as well. And it was just a very funny, intense moment. It just took so long. It felt like a lifetime.
What were you whispering to each other?
That's a secret.
What do you have MPA movie ratings in the UK, like PG, R-rated, G-rated?
It was definitely R-rated.
I was gonna say based on
NC-17.
Archive of Our Own, explicit.
NC-17.
No, it wasn't. It was like we were just making crude comments about maybe what these men were doing in this photo booth that maybe wasn't taking the picture because they were taking so long. So, but it was a great photo. It was a lovely time.
So cool looking. Like everybody's pictures with the whole cast and everything, they looked amazing.
It was definitely worth it. That was like one of my favorite moments. There's so many. It was such a good weekend. It was very fun.
And Belle, what was your favorite moment?
Oh, that was really hard. So, I guess having Con sing "Hello" Lionel's Richard.
Oh.
Oh, we've lost Belle. Poor little Belle gets hit by the Mercury retrograde so hard. Mercury has claimed another victim. Oh, are you back? Are you
Okay, I
back,
think I'm
Belle?
back. Yeah.
Repeat your story.
So, I guess Con just started singing Lionel Richard's "Hello" to me when I came up to him at the. I didn't know what that was about or why, but I was like, he's singing, and then I'm singing, and we're singing, so life is good right now.
So you sang together?
For a couple lines, yeah. So that was pretty amazing, I know. And for me, by the way, he hated the pose that they put us in for the pop-up. They did something really weird. They wanted him to be below me, so he was like Charlotte, and he was like, "Well, you're not showing my legs, are you?" And they were like, "No," but they did. Both of
His
us, we
legs were
were
like
also
this. His
whispering.
legs were like that.
It was so awkward and weird, and we were both whispering to each other. We were whispering like, "This is bullshit," and he was like, "Yeah, this is stupid. They don't know what they're doing. What the hell do you think they're doing over there?" And like, we were just bitching about the two very weird gentlemen that were taking those photos. So it was very, very strange. The rest of the photos that I took with them were really, really good, but the one with Con was just awkward and bizarre.
And I want to hear from both of you. What was your favorite David Jenkins moment?
I kind of made him cry a bit, I guess. So I guess that could be a moment.
Wait,
you did make him cry. You did make him cry.
Okay, what's the? How did you make David Jenkins cry? Oh gosh, I'm asking questions of the person who like has the worst internet connection. Charlie, do you remember?
I think Belle's back.
They're back.
Okay,
They're
back.
back.
Let's keep trying. I'm sorry, all. I'm trying really hard, but yeah. So what happened was, we were talking during the meet and greet, the welcome meet and greet. Charlie and I were on the same table, and he was saying that he's glad that the show had such an impact. He just wasn't sure why. And so we all started just kind of mumbling, like, well, kind of trying to think exactly how to put it. And I just went, well, David, you created a world where those of us who are used to being the outsiders are actually the main characters. And he started crying.
Oh,
That's a really sweet sentiment.
Oh my god.
So it was very sweet. And then he thanked me at the very, very end when I went to get Chloe's signature for their flag. And he like held my hand for quite a bit, and he was like, "Thank you." I was like, "Oh, you're welcome." And then he still didn't let go of my hand. I was like,
"Oh my god,
welcome. You're so welcome. You're very, very welcome."
Oh my god.
Yeah,
oh.
Yeah.
Charlie, do you have a favorite David Jenkins moment?
He's very good at impressions.
Yes, tell us about that.
Yeah, well, he just absolutely was just taking the piss out of Con.
Yeah,
he was just doing his voice. He does do a really good. But then he was doing like good impressions of David Barney and Taika, and he's just really funny. And I'm not a David Jenkins girly, but I was really surprised at how like decent he was. He was just a nice person to talk to. He was very grateful, very thankful. I think he heard me because he walked in on one of the days and I was with Irene and he was in this two-piece, but it was like, it looked like he had flowers on him, but he kind of looked like a hedge.
Mm-hmm. It was the one that looked like army fatigues that had like
it was
daisies
green
on it.
camo but with flowers.
Yeah.
So I said to Irene, I was like, why has David Jenkins come as a hedge? But I said bush. And Irene didn't know what that meant. Irene thought I was on about something, and I had to say no, like a hedge, like a like a piece of grass.
Other kind of bush.
Yeah. So and he sort of turned, and I was like, oh no, he's just heard me call him a bush / hedge.
Oh my goodness. And if you guys who are watching have any special memories of the con, whether you were viewing the virtual or attending in person. We'd love to hear it. Drop your little stories in the comments. And so what were your expectations going into it? Were they met or exceeded?
You go first, Belle.
Well, I mean, in terms of the guests, exceeded by far, because however nice you think David Fawn is, he's 10 times, 100 times nice. He's so sweet. He's so incredible. Yes, his hugs will heal you.
Aww.
He is so kind. Watching him eat is one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen in my life. Just he gets so excited about everything. He's so thankful to everybody. He's such a kind soul. Um, I gave him a little bit of shit because he posted all the times when he was with the Naked Samoans in Aotearoa in the festival. He kept posting, link in the bio to get swag, and then the never ending.
Wait, stop for a second. Who is typing? Is anyone typing or tapping? Okay, there was like a very loud, insistent tapping sound. I think it's gone now. Okay, continue.
So I told him, well, it'd be nice to actually have a link if you're gonna post that. I really wanted some Naked Samoan shirts or something. And then the next day when I saw him at the breakfast meet and greet, he kind of snuck in and gave me his shirt.
Oh my gosh.
His Naked Samoan shirt. And I was like, it's amazing. It smells like him. He smells amazing. But he's really, truly incredible. He went around and asked all of us what we did. He's a good listener. He's gorgeous. He's super, super, super strong. He picked me up off the floor. Like that takes a lot of strength.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's amazing.
And Charlie, expectations met and or exceeded?
Yeah, I'd say exceeded because it was an intimate convention. You got to spend time with them. It was fun. They were obviously having a good time. And I will always love Con, and he really went out there and was like, hey, what he actually said to me, God, I'm such a nice guy. I'm so lovely. So I was like, yeah, you are. And because I gave him a hug during one of the autograph sessions, the one where I was stable, and I said to him, I just said a few things about why he's meant so much, and he was like, he got really emotional, held my face, was like, and it was just really lovely. So he was gorgeous, and David Farney was really nice as well. So. But they all were. They were all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rubo is amazing, and Rubo is a fan person like us. So I loved hearing her get fangirl about things. She loves perfume. She has a YouTube channel. Everybody. So like to see her get passionate about things that she was passionate about was amazing. And of course Khan, who was just off his head on caffeine, so he was being extra like chaotic and amazing, and it was just really great. Yeah.
And we'll move on to our next story item, which is the You Only Frame Twice account posted an insane collaboration of so many artists, editors, and voice actors to create this episode-length animation of David Jenkins' fanfic script, which is kind of like a potential season 3. And I must admit, I am a huge fan of this You Only Frames Twice group, I guess you would call them, those who are involved, this project. I think you guys are doing wonderful work. I have shared it. I admit I have not watched it.
Yeah. I haven't watched the full thing.
My emotions.
Oh, that's not why for me.
Well,
I keep forgetting about it.
It's just, here's the thing. Like, when you read a book that you really like and you're like, it exists perfectly in my head.
Right.
It's like, I don't want to watch the movie. I don't want to watch the TV version of the book
Yeah.
because it's in my head and I love my head version.
I mean,
of
at
it.
least in this case, they literally are taking his script word for word. It's not
Yeah.
like a book adaptation where they're going to change stuff and leave stuff out. They
Yeah.
literally did word for
Yeah.
word.
Yeah.
So, you know, I've seen clips of it because been posting teasers and stuff. But I do want to sit down and watch the whole thing. It's just it's long. So, but yeah, it's like an entire episode, and what amazing artists, and it has a bonus scene at the end, and I just am very what's the phrase, we have so much talent on this ship.
Yeah, inspired and in awe. I thank you
Mm.
all for putting that together and doing that. And Belle and Charlie, have you watched it?
You watch it, Charlie?
Charlie, this is an
I've
audio
seen it.
podcast. Use your words.
Yeah, I didn't know if Belle was going to talk. Yeah, I watched it. It was gorgeous. It's just animated so beautifully. Everybody works really hard. It's just, you know, the fandom has a lot of love, a bit of hate, but obviously a lot of love. So, you know, it's not perfect. Like the fandom, not the animation was great, but like
Our fandom
it was
is
just
not perfect.
yeah, I just need to point that out. But like the animation was just it was like the voice acting, the just the whole thing. It is long. It's you know, so but worth the watch.
And Belle, have you watched this?
No, and I'm saving it. I'm saving it for when I have some time to like be like focused on it. You know, this week has been crazy getting back for work and everything. So I needed to just sit down and watch it.
So you guys, if you want to watch that, you go to the Blue Sky account for You Only Frame Twice, and there's a
on
link
their
to
YouTube, I
YouTube.
believe. Yeah,
Okay.
so you can look them up on YouTube. They're on like all the socials. You
Yeah.
only frame twice, so.
And Chloe wanted us to add that the Ketchup Kudo board, which is a Kudo board of basically a bunch of fans saying that they would appreciate if Ketchup Entertainment would buy our Flag Means Death and keep it alive. All three execs that it was sent to, including the CEO, opened it. And the Paramount Skydance Kudo board, which I guess is about their merger, is still taking submissions because the merger may or may not finalize on July 7th. So good job, Chloe, for getting all that together.
Right.
And not a whole lot of David Jenkins news this week because we kind of covered it all in the fandom news.
Yeah.
Thank you, David, for being so involved in the fandom and, you know, giving us confirmation of the leak script and participating at the new Uni-Con and giving us all those delightful tidbits. Circling back to the new Uni-Con, did we get any David Jenkins tidbits, behind the scenes tidbits from David Jenkins that were especially memorable or impactful?
Well, I missed every single panel except Nathan's because I was in coffee breaks. So don't get me wrong, it was great. I was spending time one on 7 or 8 or 10 with the rest of the cast. So I missed every single panel. So I don't know what was asked, but the VOD should be coming soon. So hopefully we can report on what was said then. The only thing that I asked him specifically, because those of us are making the pilgrimages over to Aotearoa to see filming locations, have had a very hard time finding what happened where. And I asked him what was filmed like in the Bay of Islands, which I went to see, and he did confirm that's only B-roll. So that's about the extent of the info that I got from him.
And Charlie, do you remember any behind the scenes tidbits that David revealed?
I think a few of the things like people are already aware of. He mentioned something about approaching obviously Taika as to do Blackbeard and who was in the run if not. And it was, I don't know, I feel like this is already known, but I think the Jermaine Clement was in the run as well as Pedro Pascal.
Oh,
So
Pedro Pascal would have been like if I had to get not Taika,
He would have been good.
Pedro.
He's good. He's good at everything. But
yeah.
clearly Taika wanted it and he just didn't want to say, I want to play this role. He wanted David Jenkins to be like, will you play this role?
Yeah, and that's what he said. He said, "Do you want to do it?" And he was like, "Yeah, yeah, I will." Like, so yeah, and like Belle said, the VOD will be coming out. So, because I just can't remember, it was so packed with everything, and obviously my brain was just like full on focused on cons, so he kind
the
of took over.
the Adopt Our Crew Blue Sky account did a pretty good job of doing like
Recap.
threads, yeah, of
Live
like all the
live
Yeah.
panels.
yeah.
They, obviously it's not complete because like it's impossible to get every single word in while it's live, but they did some really great content. If you're on Blue Sky, you can go find them and check out all of their recaps of that because lots of good info there.
And Rhys Darby is continuing his tour through the UK and posting thirst traps as he goes.
Hmm.
He also appeared on stage for a couple of seconds shirtless.
He did.
And
I don't know anyone who was at that show, but
yeah,
there's a video that leaked
there's a
of it
video that leaked.
Yes.
where just something went wrong with his mic and he had to pop off stage just to get it changed. And I guess the wire, was run up through his shirt, so he had to take the shirt off. And because he's such a tease, he popped back
Popped
out
out.
on stage for just a couple seconds when his shirt was off.
And the fandom went wild.
Yeah, because he knows what people want to see.
But he's just a comedian. He's not a sex
He's
symbol.
not
He
a
doesn't
sex symbol.
understand. He doesn't
Uh,
understand.
So it's so funny because he says that, and yet he makes little comments even during his comedy.
Yeah.
Where he's just kind of like, you know how
He's
you know,
embraced it
yeah,
now. He's like,
yeah.
he's full on
Even
living
with
his life.
his kiddish dog, he's like, yes, I will come and say something, but don't get too close because otherwise I'm gonna back off. But yeah.
So Bella and Charlie, you have now seen Reese's show in the UK, and Charlie, this was your first ever Rhys Darby show, right?
Yeah.
Tell us your reaction.
I think I said last month he was just great. I mentioned that I was a bit skeptical about his comedy because what I've seen online was a bit different. It was very physical.
Oh yeah, that's
And yeah, it was fantastic. He was just funny and it was very unique. I'd never seen a comedian quite like that. And he was great. And it's very rare for me to enjoy a comedian that isn't British because I just don't get other countries comedy as you're trying to prove to me.
And in the chat, I was sending Charlie clips of other comedians. I'm like, isn't this person funny? Isn't this person funny? And Charlie's like, I don't understand. And I'm like, okay, interesting. And Belle, you have now seen Rhys many times in multiple countries, and you saw his most recent show. How was his most recent show? How did it stack up?
Well, it was so much fun to see the way it's changed and kind of gelled. And the different ways. So I got to see him in Austin, then I got to see him in Wellington, where he went on for 2 hours, and it was the best thing ever. You could tell that it was him, like just being like everything and anything he could think of for 2 hours straight. And then to see in this one a little bit more condensed, like he'd taken those bits that he liked and put them in this. So it was a tight 1 hour, and it was wonderful. It was really, really fun. I got to experience the whole being in a giant theater where there's no air conditioning and it's
What?
85 degrees
Fun.
inside.
That's
Ooh.
And they were
normal.
pissing out.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
that's
know. It
normal for
was
you guys. That is the
so
only
yeah, that
thing
was
I
fun. I
dislike
mean,
about England.
I knew everybody else must be suffering because I was super comfortable. I was like, "Ooh, it's nice in here," and I was like, "You poor humans, you must be dying."
So
So
wait,
it was
what's this?
great.
I don't understand it. Why is the UK in the 19th century? Why don't
It's
you
Because
have
they
air
never
never
hot
conditioning?
needed
there,
aircon.
so they
Because they
don't
never
need
needed
it.
aircon
They don't
before.
put
Before this
nothing is
weather,
cold. There's no
yeah.
ice in things. There's no air conditioner, and I happened to be there during one of these heat waves, and I cannot stand the heat. So I was expecting lovely English rain, and it was so fucking hot every single day, and nothing is cold, and there's no. It was awful, but
Oh
I
my God.
endured it for
We
England.
can't
Yeah,
cope. We can't cope.
I got a tan whilst I was there the whole week, and I was looking for the sunny spots, and it was rarely ever cloudy, and
Belle was
I
making
was
me
having the
sweat.
time of my life.
Belle was like went to bed in a hoodie at the new
Yeah,
Uni-Con, and I
I thought I was
I
gonna
was just
die.
like,
You turned the
what the
aircon down, and I thought this is how I die.
yeah, I turned it right down, but I was still like, you've got a hoodie on, this is fucking mental.
Yeah, I'm not. There's something wrong with me, people. But no, it was really lovely, and he's officially done with his tour in the UK. He was
He
done last
just finished,
Sunday,
I believe,
but
like
he's
yesterday
still,
or
yeah,
something. Yeah.
last Sunday, yeah,
Mhm.
on the 29th. Then he's coming to the French August
Yeah.
1st to the 10th.
Yeah. He just
So
posted
if
a
you get a
like, thank
chance,
you for coming to see
and
me.
tickets to the UK are super cheap right now. They're like $500. So
Is
you
that a one
That's
way?
cheap.
know.
Yeah, one way.
No, that's two way. No, that's return.
Oh
Return.
no,
Stay at my house.
I don't want a round trip.
Oh yeah, this is true. But yeah. So
Now
should anybody be interested?
let's get into some Taika news.
Mhm.
Hold on a second. I'm trying. Okay, here we go.
You're
I'm
a
sorry, I
fucking
can't.
lunatic and I like it.
Let me play that again.
You're a fucking lunatic and I like it.
That's our Taika sting.
Excellent.
So Taika is definitely not involved in the new Thor. Oh man,
That's unfortunate.
the fanboys have won, I guess.
Do you think that he won't appear as Korg in it though? I
He's
feel like
gotta?
he might.
That's a good point. He may be there as cool, but he's
He'll
not going to be
probably
involved in the
pop in,
directing
yeah.
and producing and such. So
Like he
Yeah.
showed up for Endgame or Infinity War.
Charlie, mute yourself while you're moving around.
Yeah. So I feel like he'll pop back in because Korg was kind of like an important character in the last one.
Yeah,
So,
he's like pretty much narrating the whole thing. So,
mhm. Yeah. But it's okay.
huh.
He's moving on to Star Wars that may or may not happen.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for Taika to do other things. Maybe being free from Marvel will free him up for more creative stuff because
Hmm.
that's what we really want Taika for is like his own original stuff.
I mean, he joined on to Marvel to like get some street cred and like
Yeah.
get his name out there, and that has happened, and he's huge now. So but he's gone far above that, and he doesn't need it anymore, so
Yeah.
he should be moving on to things he wants to do. And he's writing like 85 scripts a day, so
Yeah.
I'm cool with him moving on. I did
Or
love his Marvel movies, but it's okay.
or he's just relaxing and following his pop star girlfriend around or wife around.
No, I feel like, I mean, he's doing all of it at the same time.
Yeah.
He doesn't know how to take a break. Even while he's napping, I feel like his brain is writing scripts, and like then he wakes up and he has to like type it all out. But
That's possible
it's
too.
really funny because I asked David Vane, I was like, "Do you ever say no to Taika?" And he said, "Yes, you have to." He comes up with 16 terrible ideas. You have to Taika no, and then the 17th is a good one. You go, "Okay, yeah."
Oh my god, no, I would never say no to him. I'd be like, let's do them all.
And Belle, what's this? Tell us about Taika was at Cannes talking about AI use. What did he say there?
Yeah, so he apparently did some sort of panel, and what he was saying is that he's all about AI making things faster, making some of the process of filmmaking and film producing faster, but definitely that AI should not in any way replace people and should not in any way take that away from us. So he's basically giving a responsible AI use in the arts. Um,
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I can't tell you. There's been multiple people to my face that tell me that they're getting into writing. I'm like, "Oh, that's great." They're like, "Yeah, Chat GPT makes it so much easier." That's not
No, I mean it's
that's
like
not writing. If you're using
Yeah.
Chat GPT to
Yeah.
write something, you're not going through the process of
no.
experiencing something yourself, of figuring out how you translate it for an audience,
Mhm.
and how you train your brain to use the words and the sequences that will connect most with an audience.
Fortunately, it's pretty easy to tell like when things are AI generated
It's
and
so
or
Yeah,
easy.
human.
because it's
Like
it's totally
it's not
rubbish,
good.
and
Yeah,
that's the
it's not
Mhm.
thing. And
good.
that people don't. People say think to themselves as part of the problem. If a
Mhm.
computer did it, it has to be perfect because that's what computers do. It's not.
Yeah.
It's garbage.
They honestly
So
like AI could be used for things like working on climate change and advancing medical techniques and stuff like that
Mhm.
that would actually be useful
Mhm.
if they're going to do it. Like I don't think that the whole idea of advancing computers is a bad thing
Mhm.
to a point, but we don't need it for everything. We don't need to use
And
it for every damn thing that's happening.
I do appreciate the creative things that AI can do when it comes to the tedious nature of filmmaking or editing or
Mhm.
something. Whereas for this podcast, I use AI to take out the air
Mhm.
between
Sure. And
dialogue to make it
that's like
snappier.
a
And
menial task.
and
Yeah.
but something that should be said, back in the old days, you would hire an entry level dialogue editor to
Mm.
edit out the spaces and do dialogue editing and smooth some dialogue into another. And now that job is not available to people. So that's taking a whole entry level position like out of the market.
Yeah.
And so I think we do need to think about ways that this is a whole other rant
Right.
to give new people who are coming into media, who are coming into creativity, entry level jobs in some capacity. Um, and maybe the unions can write into their contracts, for every project you will hire this many entry level people who have never had a job in the industry before, so that you can give them a stepping stone.
That's a great idea.
And maybe it's not, maybe since the dialogue editing jobs are not available anymore, maybe it's that you are the right hand man of the main editor, or you're the right hand man of, now instead of a whole writer's room, there's like 3 writers. And you're just going to sit there and you're going to learn and you're going to be there. And
Yeah.
yeah. So anyway, that's my off topic thing, but good for Taika for at least addressing the point.
Yeah. Gone on little rants about AI before, and so is Rhys. Like, I mean, I think it's on
Oh,
everybody's mind in the
yeah.
entertainment industry because it is like taking people's jobs. So
Yeah. And WB has lost the rights to Akira, so it seems that it's not happening. Belle, what can you tell us about that?
yeah, so there's another Taika project that might have fallen through because apparently the WB uh just didn't keep up with the rights
they
to
can't do
Akira.
anything
So
right.
yeah, so they've lost that. And so that whole project that was being talked about, and Leonardo DiCaprio was gonna be involved, and of course
Oh,
Taika and all this, back to nothing.
Hmm.
oh gosh. I wonder
Yeah.
how they lost the rights.
They were
I mean, different
probably
articles. Go ahead.
I was just going to say they were probably deciding to move forward with a sequel to a sequel to a sequel instead. I mean, I know this is a remake, so it's like right up there with, the things we're doing and doing and doing, but there haven't been any. I think there's like one live action remake of Akira, but it's not like, and it was a long time ago. So I can get with remaking things when they're like older. I don't think we
Mhm.
need to remake things every 2 seconds. but yeah, I'm sure it was for some like Max
And
driven.
Belle, what were you going to say about what the article said?
So the article seemed to think like they let it lapse, like they were like,
Okay.
this is not
Like
worth
they
putting
let
up
the
with.
option lapse.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So it seems like they didn't want it, so fuck them.
But he may be involved with Mel Brooks' very, very young Frankenstein. That
Would be
sounds amazing.
Yeah, I'm
I
so
saw that
excited about
article
that.
and my I started getting all, yeah. So very, very young Frankenstein is apparently being talked about, and it seems like Taika may be in some conversations with that.
Yeah, makes
Oh
sense
my
because he was in the History of the World Part 2.
He was,
So yeah,
and it was amazing.
yeah, he was great in that. But yeah, everything Mel Brooks does is fantastic. So
And I think Taika and Mel Brooks, there's
yes,
some
yes,
Yes,
connection
for
there.
sure, 100%.
yes.
Yeah.
And he went to Glastonbury Festival. Good for him. I'm gonna buzz through these. He did an interview with Rita.
Well, no, actually. So I was gonna say, buzz through. Yeah. So went to Glastonbury. He went to Disney. I can't believe I didn't go to Glastonbury. I should have. I was there. I could have gone.
Yeah.
But the interview was with Rita. But I was gonna point out that the world has lost its ever-loving mind. It's 2025, and all the articles are like, Rita Ora proposed to Taka.
Oh yeah, such old news. Oh my god.
And we're like, what year is it again? Is it the 1920s? Like, what is going on? Why is this 67 articles worth of conversation?
And as David Jenkins showed us, Taika needs to be asked.
Yeah,
in order to say yes.
He needs to feel
he might really want to play Blackbeard, but he needs to be asked. He's a vampire of creativity and love.
Yeah, he
needs to be invited in.
He needs you to tell him that he's wanted.
Classic Leo.
Classic
honestly.
Leo, exactly. Yep.
And was just at Disneyland Paris and posted pics and video of him, and he was with the princesses, which is very cute, wearing Sally glasses.
Yep. Didn't bring his kids, just brought his friends, which is the way to do Disney, honestly. Go with your friends.
My favorite photo was the one where he was pointing at a pan, and I don't know what that was about.
It was the Rapunzel's pan.
Okay. But by my brain, I was like, what are you trying to say there, Taika?
Oh, I get it. No, have you not seen the Disney Rapunzel? That's like her weapon of choice.
Yes.
And let's get into Con O'Neill news.
Oh, Daddy.
There you go. Daddy. That's the real daddy.
That's the real
So
thing.
in Con O'Neill news, Belle, tell us your first story item.
Okay, so I forgot to say this, but he was in fact wearing pants the entire time at Uni-Con.
That means underwear for the American viewers.
Yes, that's underwear. And we could tell because he wasn't wearing a belt, so his jeans were falling off almost the entire time.
And they were on show a lot.
They sure were.
Yes,
they
I saw most of his stand, and I saw his shirt, so that was good. He also gave me a nice little story because I was the second day I was cosplaying Val, the bowling scene, and he said that the original outfit had him wearing high heels, stilettos, obviously, and the manager of the bowling alley said, no, you need to get those shoes out of my bowling area. And so they went and got him some sparkly trainers, and it was hilarious because that's happened to me before, where I've been like, I'll just wear these, and people at bowling alley are like, no, take those right the hell off. So me and Val, soul sisters.
And Charlie, what was your news item?
I think I spoke of the sitting on my lap. One of the photo ops, I got a cheek kiss. In one of the coffee breaks, somebody asked him about his sobriety. So he spoke a little bit about that. He's coming up to 30 years sober.
Yay!
So yay! We're very, very proud. Yeah, that was a lovely little moment where he was talking about it and how I think the person that asked about if he finds it triggering, and he said something along the lines of he doesn't mind talking to drunk people, but if they repeat the same story twice, he's going home. You know, and it doesn't bother him. He can be around it. It's no issue, which was obviously really nice to hear for the other person, a bit of advice. He was giving out Tunnocks tea cakes at the coffee breaks, which are these, I don't know if you guys have them, but they're like marshmallow, chocolatey things. They're supposed to have jam inside, but I don't feel like they did. And he was just, you know, both coffee breaks we went to, I think he gave them out, and
Oh,
yeah,
they
Belle
got him
couldn't eat
cake to give
hers.
out because he was asking people to bring him cake, which is a terrible idea. And during his event, I was like, you can't tell people to bring you cake. And he's like, I don't. And I'm like, you literally did. And he's like, oh, yeah. Like,
Yeah.
So they brought him cake to give out.
And he said to me at the first meet and greet as well, on the Friday, he was like, we like the same foods. And I was like, no, we don't. We literally, everything you like, I hate, and everything I like, you don't like. And it was like, oh, okay. Like tiramisu. And I was like, oh, we're back on the tiramisu. But actually, I tried Marmite since he suggested it, and I actually like it now. So
yay! I'll have to find some Marmite
Yeah,
here
turns
in
out
the.
my husband and I have quite a bit in common, other than we just want to ride him until we break. But yeah, so it was fun to get all those little tidbits.
You can probably find
Yeah.
Marmite at like Whole Foods.
No,
Yeah,
you
maybe.
cannot.
You cannot,
So,
really?
you have to
Belle
buy
bought
it.
all of the Marmite in
not
the UK.
even in, wait, not even in Los Angeles Whole Foods?
If you can't get it online, because I've tried to have it shipped from everywhere, and the only way you can get it shipped from is either the UK or Australia. So it costs an arm and a leg.
Interesting.
Like a little 150 like gram whatever jar is like $15.
We've got like stores with international foods here that
try
have
that, but I the ones here I haven't been able to get it, and so I paid for my checked luggage by buying about 20 jars of Marmite, and that covered the cost.
Funny little story.
Go on.
About Marmite that I bought some Marmite, and it's got Elton John on it for like he's supporting something to do with like AIDS awareness. And then Jasper opened the cupboard and was like, why have you bought gay Elton John Marmite? what's different? I was like, it's still Marmite. There's no, you know, it's not got Elton John in it. Like, because it's got like a rainbow on it, and
it is
Jasper
so
was
gay.
like,
gay Marmite. Yeah.
Let's rapid fire, since we've now been an hour. Let's rapid fire Charlie through the rest of your con news.
Yes. Since last month, Con has appeared in the podcast Tony Slattery's Rambling Club. They do a bingo machine where they pick some random things to talk about. One of them, I think, is like German dictionaries or something, and it's very funny. It's like an hour long. Con is incredible in it. It's on where you get all your podcasts. Definitely go and check that out. He is going to star in a short film called Being Billy. That's going to be filmed in Manchester later this year. And then just wanted to also mention he signed a Muppet puppet version of himself at the new Uni-Con. So there's a person called Fire who does a lot of things for charity. It's for Mermaids UK. They had him sign the Calypso Izzy puppet. You can win that if you donate £5 to Mermaids UK. I think it closes on the 24th of July. And then just last little bit of con news that I have to mention. He didn't like 28 Years Later. I saw it. I told him I also hated it. And it actually sent me into a bit of a bit of a
like despised
mental.
It. You had like you were beyond hate.
Yeah, I sent Ringer a 4-minute voice note in the car, essentially having a meltdown. Jasper had to take me for tapas to calm me down. So, and I don't want to ruin it, but like he didn't like it, but he didn't like it to the point where I didn't like it. And Ringo thought it was good.
No, I liked it. It was not what I expected, but it was more of a slice of life story in the universe.
It wasn't.
Yes, it was. It was, yes, it was. It was like about this kid's like experience. Now it
Slice of life.
took a lot of
Question. Is Cillian Murphy in this one at all?
no, but he's gonna be in
No.
the third. This one that just came out is a trio that's coming
shit.
out, and he's gonna be in the third one. But that's the thing, is like it's part of a trio, and I liked it, but I am also reserving like major judgments until all three of them come out. Because who knows where it's going to lead. There's a lot of shit in the first one that they just didn't wrap up or didn't seem to mean anything, and I feel like they're going to cover that in future films. So we'll see.
Okay.
But anyhow.
Let's get into Samba news. Oh gosh, Charlie, continue. You also
Oh, sorry. He posted on Instagram. He went to like one of those American Carnival funfair things where all the food is like going to give you like diabetes and a heart attack. And he said, "This is how I die." It's all like, I don't know, like deep fried pickles.
Yeah, clearly
and
he's never been to one of those where they have like everything's deep fried and they have like turkey legs and just like Ren fair food basically.
lots of schmeat on sticks.
Mm-hmm.
And he
Ringo.
won.
Go continue.
yeah,
Sorry, you're continuing.
Sorry. Yeah, I'm continuing. Sorry. He was crediting his height for winning things for his child, which was really cute.
Oh,
because he got to like lean over far enough to toss the ring on something to win, so that was cute. And he's posted more pics. He's been posting a lot from a recording studio. I don't know what he's working on, but it seems to be some kind of voice acting thing, so hopefully we'll have some new stuff from him to look forward to.
and into Christian Narn news. And by the way, we did a We John episode about 2 weeks ago, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And so check that out if you are a Christian Narn fan.
Mm-hmm.
And we did have one fan write in saying that our episode inspired a very lengthy fan fiction from them.
Oh, that's fun. Well, all of Christian's news honestly has to do with his Instagram. He did a live last week, and he announced that he'll be raffling some of his collection of just pop culture memorabilia that he's gathered from people giving it to him, from him buying in his travels. So he's got 2 links up right now to these raffles. The first one's a signed Hellboy pop figure, and then just today he announced a Game of Thrones wine glass set. So if you go on his Instagram, there's links to where you can go bid for that. And I'm just going to real quick mention the other 2, that he has been playing his guitar a lot on his Instagram, and he's also been reading several of his own poems that he's written, which in like a beautiful dramatic style. So if you're not following him on Instagram, you should go do that, because he's been putting out a lot of content recently.
Excellent, thank you. And Nathan Fode, I'll let you continue with Nathan news.
Yeah, he's been posting. He posted pictures of himself in some kind of like a hike or a camping situation, which is interesting because he hates nature.
Yeah, and he's definitely indoor cat vibes. And the photo when I saw it in the group chat, I was like, that looks like an indoor cat that accidentally went outside and doesn't know what to do.
Yeah, he's like standing awkwardly in the trees, and he posted a video of a sheep where he's like buying at it, and it was very cute. But yeah, Charlie Eden is the show he's working on something. Announced at the new Uni-Con. Yeah, I see. So
yeah, he's doing he said he's writing a show for Apple, and that was that's really interesting news. And he did a panel at the new Uni-Con, which was the only one that Belle saw, and he was you know how he does that thing where he starts being like Christian Narn, and he did that whole like taking the mick out of him. Well, people were asking his questions, and they were going, "Nathan Fode, so you hate gays and you hate nature," and it was just ripping him to shreds. And he was like, "I'm gonna leave." It was so funny. Every single person just went, "Nathan Fode," and he was just like, "Fuck's sake."
I'm sure that Con was sad to miss that one, because that's right up his alley.
It was amazing. It was amazing.
And Belle, did you do a triplets cosplay?
Yes, myself and my friend Mason, we went as Raph from from Friday night, Raph from Triplets, with exactly matching the bright pink tracksuits with the purple bum bags. I was wearing the ridiculous high heels from the trailer. Like, it was just madness. And we even had a name tag that said Raph just in case, and we both were sat in front of him during the meet and greet. Literally, he's looking at our faces, and it took us having to point it out to be like, do you not notice these two people in front of you wearing matching pink tracksuits? But when he did, he was very excited. He took a photo of us. He took a photo with us with his phone. So he loved it, but it was hilarious. He's like, I'm so sorry, I'm so thick. Like, did you think?
Yeah, I got to take his phone, take a picture of all three of them. So I had Nathan's phone, and then so sorry, Nathan, if you haven't obviously watched this. I took a selfie of myself first, like this.
That's what he does. I don't know if you know this, Carly, but when he does selfies at conventions, he always takes a weird picture of himself first. He said that then he knows what is the worst picture you'll have of him. So that's adorable that you did that, and I hope he really appreciates it.
And Vico Ortiz news, I just got like really excited by what you posted here. Vico put out a call on Instagram to be on the next season of Queer Ultimatum as a host. I don't know what Queer Ultimatum is.
I don't either, but it sounded like some kind of a drag race type show, like some kind of a competition reality show. But they posted this like story like, oh, by the way, I need to be on this show. Just saying, anybody listening, come.
Oh, I see. So it's not like a Vico is putting out a call.
No, they want to be cast on this show as a judge or a host. Yeah, and they were like, anybody listening who can make this happen? So hopefully that happens for them. And King of Drag is now going, which is on Reverie, and they're going to be a guest judge, I think, on episode 3, because that's what they were promoting this weekend, and I'm pretty sure that's the one that's coming out next week. So you'll probably see a bunch of clips.
All these like platforms to watch different things, like watch it on Reverie, watch it on Pillow, watch it on Orange Cat.
Luckily, I feel like it's gonna be. I love Lamp. Luckily, I'm sure it's gonna be on Blue Sky like immediately afterwards, like all the clips of it. So it'll probably just be right up in there. But all right,
David Pane. David. I'm gonna call him David from now on. From the Uni-Con had stories about the strip purple. Oh, so Belle just put a whole bunch of words.
Yeah,
Belle, those words.
The strip, like the TV show.
A couple, yes. So he talked about how shit it was, and how it was an actual. He was a bartender in that, and the bar was an actual bar, so people were getting drunk all the time.
That is so funny. If you don't know what this is, that is the show that Taika was on in his very young days, where he was a stripper. And he's so very young, and he hated it, and it's adorable, but he's like a baby.
It's a terrible show. Like, watching the whole thing is painful, but there's
it's so cheesy. The acting is awful. But it's so funny.
But it's very funny. But so he said that. So he also hated it. His karaoke song is Purple Rain.
Nice.
In Calypso's birthday, when he's drinking tea and he's got his pinky up, the reason that happens is because due to an injury from rugby, he actually has difficulty bending that pinky. God. So that was unintentional, but it's amazing and hilarious.
So cute.
So cute. And yes, just like with Rhys Darby, the way to get him to do things is to tell him that he's going to get to dress up nicely, like with nice clothing. With him, it's food. He said, if you have food, I'll be there.
Oh, I love that. Okay. Charlie has one David Fane comment.
David.
Oh, yeah. No, he's just lovely. And he was talking about his height and how people always think he's quite intimidating. So of course I had to speak about Jasper, and then we got onto the topic of maybe going to New Zealand, and he was like, "That'd be great." And I just off the hand said, "I'm gonna hit you up. I'm gonna send you a DM." And he was like, he all of a sudden changed his face, and he was like, "Please do. I am up for this.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
if you want to meet up, that's fine." And then
Yes.
after, when he went out for a cigarette, I sort of like, I said, "Hey, here's what my partner looks like." Showed him Instagram, and he was like, "You can tell that is one big boy."
You're making
Oh,
all the whole cast fall in love with Jasper.
Yeah, that's my goal. So yeah,
funny.
he was just lovely and really down to earth.
Oh, I love him.
oh, and I just realized I forgot other Vico news was I saw Vico's show Rise of a King.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
delayed reaction here, and which was wonderful. If you get a chance to see it, see it. I saw the premiere of the show in Los Angeles, and then the show as it wrapped, and the show wrapped with lots of technical difficulties. And in fact, there were 10 minutes where they just had to stop the show, and Vico just kind of monologued about their life, and then Vico kind of ran out of things to say, and it turned into an interview with me interviewing Vico because I guess I was like the only one who had like questions, and I was
During the
like,
show?
yeah,
Like, while this was going on. Oh my God, that's so funny.
so I asked Vico what's their approach to editing their writing, what's their approach to incorporating improv into their writing. Do they write it down first? Then they kind of perform it? And so I just kind of asked a lot of questions about their process, and it was really great. And then before the show actually started, I interviewed Vico. I said Rico. Why did I say Rico?
Because that's the drag king name, Rico or Vico
No,
Suave.
it's Vico Suave.
You're flipping it. You're flipping it.
No, I think because your name popped up, Ringa, and so I said Rico, which is the ship name of Rico, Ringa and Vico.
Oh God.
Together.
Yeah, that's good. I like it.
And so I asked Vico what would they love to see Jim do in fan fiction, and I posted the clip on YouTube. So head to Our Flag Means Fanfiction on YouTube, and you can watch my interview with Vico about that. Which now let's get on to Samson Kayo news.
Yeah, so F1 just came out last week. He was on BBC Radio doing an interview. I haven't listened to that, but if you have access to BBC Radio, you can look for the One Extra show, and he's on that somewhere. But I went and saw it, and it was good. Like, I was expecting to like not care at all about this movie, because it's about race cars. It was cute. It it's about Brad Pitt plays an older race car driver who's like kind of reckless, but he needs to come back and help his friend who owns like a race car club, who's played by Javier Bardem. Wow, like, you gave me your name disease, Javier Bardem, who I love. And there's it's like racing duos within each team. Like, think of Talladega Nights, and that's exactly how it's working. Okay?
Yeah,
but real. Talladega Nights, but real. So there's a young, like, brand new race car driver, and Brad Pitt comes in, and he's his partner, and they hate each other because he's old and he does what he wants, and this guy's trying to make a name for himself. And Samson plays the young race car driver's like manager and possibly cousin. He calls the guy's mom auntie, but that does not mean that they're actually cousins. So I'm not sure, but he's actually in it a decent amount. And he wears very cool chains and sunglasses a lot, and he looks really cool. So I wouldn't go see it just for him unless you just like movies too, because he's not in it enough that it's like, oh my God, I must see this tomorrow. But it is a good movie, so go check
it's
it
like
out.
Talladega Nights, but a drama.
It's like Talladega Nights, but it's a drama, and there's like some romance in it. And, I was like on the edge of my seat a couple times because there's like weird shit that goes on with how the races are being run. And despite not knowing anything about races besides Talladega it was explained all well enough and made aware that I could figure out what was happening. So all good.
And they appeared on BBC Radio
Yeah.
1 Extra this week talking
yeah.
about F1. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, excellent. Matt Mare news. Belle actually has Matt Mare news. Oh my gosh.
Which is amazing.
No. It just came out that he's a new film. He was in a film called Relay. He's part of the cast, and it's been picked up by Bloom Studios. So it
Nice.
came out last year. So we should be getting something out in a larger sense by August, I think, of this year.
That's awesome.
So we'll be able to get some Matt Mayer. And then if you just want to see him, baby Matt Mayer 20 something years ago, Dogma is making it's cycle through theaters again because Kevin Smith has the rights again finally after many years.
Wow.
So he's released it again into the world. So go watch it in theaters. Dogma is fantastic and Matt is in it, and he's so small, so young. Baby.
Yeah, and he's in a very traumatizing scene.
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
That movie was filmed in Pittsburgh, by the way. And when I met Matt Mayer, I told him, like, the only thing I said to him was, "I loved you in Dogma."
And did he laugh?
And he was like, "Thank you."
Okay. And then did he back away slowly?
No. But I was with somebody else who was meeting him at New York Comic Con when they were there a couple of years ago. But I didn't have a ticket to meet him. I was just like with somebody who was meeting him, so I didn't want to like take up his time. But I was like, "Loved you in Dogma," and he was like, "Oh, thank you."
Gus Kahn will be in season 2 of Digman on Comedy Central. He'll be playing Zen.
These are all words.
These are all words that mean nothing to me. Rubo, Belle, you wrote a bunch of words.
Yeah. So again, quick from Rubo. I asked about garlic soup, and she says yes. She's garlic soup, yes. So we have Vico garlic soup.
All of garlic soup. They're all yes. They all want it.
Yeah. Yes. We asked her what sex animal would she be. She said a sex wombat. She almost quit before starting.
This came about. The wombat thing came about because Taika said he felt like a what was it? A sex tiger? Sex shark. Yes. So it did not. They don't just ask everybody what their sex animal is. There is a reason for it. Although with Belle, I would believe that you would just randomly be like, "What sex animal are you?"
It's gonna be even funnier if I give no context. I just but yeah, so again, she's a scent nerd, so she's got a YouTube video where she talks about scent and perfumes and YouTube channel, and so it's Ruby. Oh God, Ruby. I didn't write it down. I'll post later about it, but so go find them.
Okay.
And she also has a very touching story. I don't know if anybody, I hadn't heard it before, but she was actually about to quit acting, like retire. Before she got the call from Our Flag Means Death.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So I brought her back. So our show brings everybody life.
And share your Rory Kinnear news.
Oh, so he's starring in Here We Are. So if you're in London or anywhere nearby where you can go and catch him at the National Theatre, it's a very fun, interesting show. But yeah, he's in it, so I got to see him. I got to get his signature as well. So
so you went and saw the show? Oh,
yeah,
that's
I went
awesome.
to see the show. Yeah.
I would love to see him perform live. That's like my thing. Theater geek me. I want to see them all perform live.
Yeah.
And don't forget to keep requesting the OFMD cast at conventions. Go to the convention website and tell them that you would like a cast member from Our Flag Means Death there.
And a lot of conventions do a thing, if you're following them on social media, where they'll post like, what kind of cast would you like to see at an upcoming show, or what kind of reunion do you want to see? And when that happens, go post Our Flag Means Death and, make your voices heard.
Yep. And now it's that time.
And now for Ringer's Fandom News Corner. God help us all.
love it. All right. Well, I'll go through this pretty quickly. Although next time I'm gonna start doing my news at 1 hour in, no matter where we are, and just talk over you guys because I'm always getting the short
The
end here.
shaft. I know. We're gonna do a hard out at 2:00 into Ringa's news because
it doesn't matter to me. I personally think we should rebrand this as Gay Pirate News Hour ish because it's we can't keep it to an hour, which is great.
So much
It's
to talk
fantastic
about this time,
and people
I think
love
we
it.
should keep it Gay Pirate News Hour, but make it 5 minutes long.
No, wow, we have too much to say. All right, here we go. So, Sailing the Rainbow Seas Volume 3, which is a zine, is now available to get a copy, which has like a ton of art and stories and stuff from like artists and it's very pretty. And to get a digital copy, all you have to do is make a donation to any LGBTQ plus charity and send the receipt of your donation to Sailing the Rainbow Seas Zine at gmail.com. Which I think is very cool that they made it so you can donate to whatever you like. Tickets are now on sale, are now live on sale for the Uni-Con, which has been something we haven't talked about in a while, but it's going to be in Edinburgh in October 31st, so that's Halloween, through November 2nd, which would be a really cool time to go to Scotland, I think, during Halloween. It's at OFM Community for info and for the ticket link. And now through now through September 22nd, this is really cool, guys. It's Pirate Summer Reading Club. So all you have to do is go on there and join, and you read books, whatever books you want. You can review them, and you earn digital badges for reading books, and you could even win some prizes. So if you want to join and log your reading at Pirate Reading Club. Garlic soup for the pirates. Nope. I wrote garlic soup for the pirate soup. That's amazing. Garlic soup for the pirate's soul, which I have also talked about a bunch on here. It's still accepting stories, and they just want to know how OFMD has changed your life. That's open through the end of September at garlic soup for number 4 pirates to get the link to submit your story. And artist signups are now open for OFMD Big Bang through the end of August. That's at OFMD Big Bang. Now, as far as fandom events, let's go. All of July, so it's already going strong, is Ismas in July, which is Winter Holiday Fiction Art featuring Izzy. So if you are a Christmas girly, like I have a friend who's obsessed with Christmas everything. I don't know why. But if that's you, you can go to at Ismas in July, IZZMAS in July, and share your winter, summer stories all about Izzy. Also, starting today and going into tomorrow, this weekend is Get Izzy Pregnant Weekend, Part 2. So if you didn't get pregnant the first time, you can try again. This is all about Pregnant Izzy, all the Prego Izzy content you can handle at Preg Izzy Event. July 7th through the 13th, so that's all next week, is Trans Ed Week, celebrating all things trans ed, prompts and guidelines at Trans Ed Week. July 20th through the 26th is Sloppy Smooch Week, which is a week for creating content based on sloppy smooches within the Rikaverse, which is all the things that Rhys and Taika have done together.
Okay.
They have created a kind of cool generator. If you don't they don't have like prompts up or anything, but they have a thing where those things that like flash images and you just take a screen grab and it tells you what to write about. So it's like all kinds of pictures of Rhys's roles and Taika's roles, and you can take a screen grab and see what pairing to put together. And that's at Sloppy Smooch Week. July 25th is the first OFMD Freaky Friday. It is going to be the last Friday of every month. Let your freak flag fly by posting your weirdest fics, art, and content. They do have a prompt generator, and the link is at OFMD Freaky Friday. I can't wait for that because this fandom is already really fucking weird. So I can't wait to see the extra weird shit that comes out. July 26th through 27th, we've all been waiting for it. It's Jeffrey Fettering Weekend. all your posts, memes, art, fics, everything about Jeffrey Fettering at OFMD Rare Ships for info. I'm very excited about this. I think it's going to be really cool. And I think Dominic's going to be really excited to see it all.
Yep.
July 28th through August 3rd is Our Flag Means Who week. Doctor Who inspired OFMD prompts. And the prompts are all at Our Flag Means Who. And just to give you a heads up, leading into next month is all of August is Our Flag Means August, August, AU,
Yep.
AU, Gust. So it's a whole month where they celebrate AUs in every form, and they do other events throughout the year, but this is the big one. It is August. So prompts for that are at this one's fun. OFMD mounts OFMD MAUNTHS. OFMD mounts for August. And so if you like AUs, start thinking about that now. It's coming up next month. And that is my fandom news corner for this month.
Are we done? Did we do everything? I think we did.
I think we did, maybe.
I just realized I left my window open the whole time. So a guy walked by and was coughing like crazy, and that's going to end up on the podcast. So that's great.
I didn't hear it, if that made you feel any better.
Oh, thank you. Thick Rex. Thick Rex.
Yeah. Did anyone but me put one? Hold on. Nope, just me. Okay.
I think that's good.
So I'm recking a fic I just finished, which is by Yaz113, who is an artist or a writer I've recommended here before because they're amazing and they just churn out tons and tons of really great fan fiction.
I love writers like that. Good for you.
It's amazing. There's so many of them in this fandom, and it's crazy to me. This one's like a 70K fic, and it's called Forget Me Never. And it's like an amnesia story where Izzy loses his memories of the past like 8 months. Basically, the last thing he remembers is meeting Steed on the island. And so he wakes up on the Revenge, and this is like post season 1, but like not like Ed and Steed don't separate, and you know, so it's kind of like things are happy after season 1, but now all of a sudden Izzy can't remember any of that, and he's like, why are we with this asshole? So it's very interesting. It is like a Gentlebeard and Stizzy story separate. And it's told with every other chapter is present and then a flashback, and present and then a flashback. And you get to learn a lot of things. I will give you a warning. Ed is kind of an asshole in this, which is kind of what I'm here for. So if that bothers you, be warned. But it's really very good.
Fantastic. And this is Gay Pirate News Hour from the Our Flag Means Fanfiction podcast. If you want to show the world that there is still an audience for our flag related content, give us a rating and a review on whatever podcast platform you are listening to us on. Every Saturday, and not every Saturday.
Every Saturday.
The first Saturday of every month, we do a Gay Pirate News Hour, which wraps up the
whatever all this shit is you just heard.
All that stuff. But every week we have the Our Flag Means Fanfiction podcast. And that's so if you're just on YouTube and you're wondering what's going on, check out the podcast, because that's what this is mostly about, the podcast.
Yes.
And it's rough out there. America is burning, but the gay pirates continue. So we encourage you all to keep on listening, do creations, be cringe, commit crime. Until next time, bye.
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 And yay.